Kart Masters Grand Prix at Paul Fletcher International this coming summer. And I tell you what, there is a very focused young Japanese warrior by the name of Ryotaro Sakai. The back end of it. 5-second board is up, 12 minutes plus 1 lap. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and it is lights out for Honda Cadets here at Welton. Let's see who gets into oblivion first. It's not Sakai. Sakai's dropped to third. So it looks like Paul second, Thurlow first. Tomilewski is in the trenches, along with the likes of Sherwood, Anslow, Sherwood and Anslow. Sakai not getting, Sakai, where is Sakai? Second at the minute, so he's got past Thurlow, and then is now going to try and get past Ollie Paul. Oh, crikey, that could have been a bit of a robust manoeuvre from the Japanese driver. As, crikey, this is absolutely getting proper fired up in Honda Cadets. Ollie Paul down into third. Connor Scarisbrick, now where is he in all of this? He's getting pulled, he's ahead of Kasper Tomilewski. Anslow is past JJ Sherwood, so that makes him roundabout 7th position. But at the moment, Theo Champney is the leader by over half a second from Ryotaro Sakai. Currently in 2nd position at the moment. Champney's just done a 1 minute 44.98. Nearly a second quicker than Sakai, who was on the back foot at the start. Sherwood is battling ahead of Giblet Lee and Holly Mile, who rounds out the top 10. Well, that's really, that's fantastic. Sherry Ann Powell giving one fellow female racer a lot of good luck. Holly Mile gets the best wishes from Sherry Ann Powell. Good luck this year, Sherry. I'm sure you're gonna do well. Track limit warnings going out to both Jacob Anslow and Jensen O'Neill going, both in 7th and 12th respectively. Sakai, in the meantime, has caught on to Theo Champney. Champney does not need to look over the right shoulder right now, needs to focus in front because Sakai's going to try and do something and does a 56.001. My godfathers, where did that lap come from Sakai? That's incredible. Paul at the moment still in 3rd, Mason Thurlow in 4th, Connor Scarisbrick still in 5th, and is just ahead of Kasper Tomilewski, who seems to have come a bit more alive in this final, by my reckoning, and has just gone purple in Sector 1, so the Polish driver based out of Glasgow, sponsored by Polish brake manufacturer Breck, doing a great job there. Let's see what the sector times are in number 2, because some are going to hit them now. 24.0 from Champney, 23.9 from Paul. So Tomilewski could get fast, he's gone purple in Sector 1, let's see what his Sector 3 is, because he needs to catch Scarisbrick. And he's clawing on him, and he's gone 8/100ths faster than Scarisbrick, so Scarisbrick is going to have to watch out for last year's vice champion as Sakai hits the front eventually on lap number 4 here. 8 minutes and 49 plus an additional lap to go here in this Honda Cadet final. Paul is getting closer and closer to Champney. Sherwood closing on Anslow, that is for 7th position. Viv Miles gone, go Holly. Well, Holly is going as best she can. She's about 3/10 off of Jacob Giblet Lee. That is the battle for 9th position. Sakai has done the best 2nd sector. No, he hasn't. Theo Champney has just stolen that off. Japanese driver in the 44 at 23.751. So Champney's gone purple. Sakai still hits the front, sets the fastest lap of the race, but does not set any purple sector. Theo Champney does a 55.7, and that is Jacob Anslow. That's Jacob Anslow. He's dropped all the way down. Has there been a problem for the number 7? Meanwhile, Kasper Tomilewski has got past Connor Scarisbrick. So the young Polish driver in the number 2, he was runner-up to Damien Barris-Hagen in this category last year. Now up into 5th place, that'll make him a little bit happier. Now he's got some time. He's got about 7.5 minutes plus an additional lap as the Gum on Holly cheers now through not just Viv but Lauren Mile on Facebook for Holly. Holly's now up into 9th as a result of Jacob Antlo having that problem there. And Ollie Poole has just gone fastest of anybody. Last lap around of 55.409. That's incredible pace from the top three. And Poole is the quickest of the three of them. Ollie Poole, as Scarisbrick retakes 5th off Kasper Tomaszewski. This is a real good battle. Connor's trying to signal to Kasper saying, look, I want to get up to those 4 in front. The first person that will be their next victim is 1.1 seconds up the road, boys. No, you can pause and pull that up between the pair of you. Frankie Smedley, in the meantime, started in 17th, now starts from now in 14th. Obviously, with Ashton Butlin now not competing in this race, but Sakai is coming under pressure again and has dealt with it emphatically as Ollie Poole is trying to get past Champney. Who's going to have the best lap this time around between the top three? It's Ollie Poole. He goes fastest of anybody again, a 55.378. The number 4 from Scotland is doing an absolutely fantastic job, keeping in touching distance with the top 2. So it's Sakai, Champney, Poole, Thurlow, Scarisbrick, Tomaszewski, Sherwood, Giblet, Lee, Mile and Butlin rounding out the top 10. It was Lincoln Douglas, my apologies. I got my drivers mixed up, who was in the number 8 that ended up not even starting the race. But the battle at the front, it has been even Stevens pretty much until the end of everything happening, with Ryotaro Sakai on that chassis doing a fantastic job in the number 44. And for those wondering if I'm watching the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is starting now, you've got another thing coming because I've still got to commentate. Sakai again continues to lead. Ollie Poole again goes quicker. Did a 55.274 in that last lap. His fastest laps just keep coming and coming. Sakai is trying to hold on at the front of the field. 5 minutes and 5 seconds plus an additional lap to go. Ashton Butlin in the meantime has got past Holly Miles, so Holly's down in 10th at the minute. JJ Sherwood a little bit lonely in 7th position behind the dueling battle between Kasper Tomaszewski in 6th and Connor Scarisbrick in 5th place. Thurlow, I think, has been hung out to dry now in this Honda Cadet final because I cannot predict who is going to win. Is it going to be Sakai? Is it going to be Champney? Is it going to be Ollie Poole? We have 4 minutes and 35 seconds plus an additional lap. Poole's going to go for the move on Champney through pit bend. Champney goes wide. Can't make it stick. Sakai, in the meantime, gets the fastest lap this time around. A 55.169. An absolutely fantastic. I thought I was going to be impressed by Henry Domain on the Tony Kart chassis, but Ryotaro Sakai, in a rookie outing as a Honda Cadet here in the UK, is just showing the brilliant caliber despite. You know what they say, appearances can be deceptive, and that race suit on the number 44 is clearly one of them. Lotus blossoms and Japanese kanji on the arm sleeves of what is a very ornate race suit. But I tell you what, it doesn't matter about the colours that you wear, it's about what is behind the race suit, what is behind the driver, what skills they have, what... Theo Champney, my goodness! He's just gone sub 55 in the process, 54.869 from the number 55. The top 3 separated by just over half a second. As we head into the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds, plus an additional lap. Theo Champney's again gone purple in sector number 1. He took over a 10th and a half out of Ryotaro Sakai on that last lap alone. Sakai did a 55.032 and was the slowest out of the top 3. Ollie Poole was just 0.0444, I think, or 46 behind Champney, and Poole's just gone fastest of everybody in this race in sector number 2, and is pulling up to the back bumper into Champney. Poole, well, the top 3 at the same time have just gone sub 55. Sakai, the slowest out of the 3, but still keeping on to the lead. But for how much longer? Champney's going to go for the inside line. Sakai shuts the door, but Ollie Poole has done a 54.7 on that last lap. A 54.7 from the number 4 from Scotland. What a job. And he's used, this pace is absolutely brilliant from the number 4. He's doing a fantastic job this time, but it's not enough at the minute. He needs more pace. I think he probably, if he could get another a tenth of a second or two here, it's going to be quite interesting how that happens. So the top 3 still separated by 3.5 tenths of a second. We go into the last minute at 45 plus an additional lap. Excuse me. And that time, Ryotaro Sakai was the quickest out of the top 4, top 3. This is a little bit further back down the order. As how they sweep through the pit bend is absolutely mesmerising, especially when it's 4 line astern. So at the moment, Sakai continues to lead with just over a minute remaining. The battle for second is raging on between Champney and Poole. So Holly Mile is quite close to Ashton Butlin and Jacob Giblett-Lee. Oh, that's another drama at the top of Christmas for Jacob Anslow. Not having a good time in this final. But Sakai has stretched the legs magnanimously as we have a change for second. Ollie Poole, with just under a minute remaining, is now second ahead of Theo Champney, but Sakai was 1.3 seconds ahead as Jensen O'Neill going will be a retiree here this later game. That's a real shame. He gets a mechanical back coming in. Well, that was on for the briefest amount of time. So running order, as we're going to be on the penultimate lap now. They'll get to the boot, probably get towards pit bend, will Sakai. So this will be the penultimate lap. So it's Sakai from Poole, Champney, Thurlow, Scarisbrick, Tomanevsky, Sherwood, Giblett-Lee, Butlin, Mile, O'Neill going, Clark, Meek, Jarvis, Smedley and Anslow, all the 16 drivers, as the last lap board beat has been shown to Ryotaro Sakai, a rookie here in the BKC. We've got the Dubai plate champion of Shonal Kunimal joining us in Ayami Bambino later on the season, including the O-plate at Raura in August. But I tell you what a showing from Japan. Ryotaro Sakai in the 44 has dominated practice, put it on pole position, and no matter what has been thrown at the youngster, every opponent has been dealt with magnanimously and with clean Japanese efficiency. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, Ryotaro Sakai comes through pit bend to win the Honda Cadet final here for round 1 of BKC 2019. Both hands off the wheel, one hand punching the air. Ollie Poole steals it at the line from Theo Champney for second position. But I have to say, for a driver to come in as a Honda Cadet, domo arigato Ryotaro Sakai is all I'm saying. I don't know any other Japanese apart from that. But what a dominant display. Engineer, his engineer this weekend, Nick Harron-Smith. What a job. First round of the season. And look, Ryotaro's still hustling in through the corners since the slowdown back. But Ryotaro Sakai wins the Honda Cadet final for the first round of the 2019 Bambino Car Club Championship here at Wilton Mill, ahead of Ollie Poole by 1.9 seconds. Theo Champney just over a tenth of a second adrift as Ryotaro pulls into the pits. So as part of the top 3, he will be weighed and scrutineered. Mason's at the top 5.
Also with the fastest lap, also top rookie. I'm never going to say this right, but I'm going to have a go. Ryotaro!
I can't get
Go forward. Go.